Desert, I am a zookeeper and I am also a rehab keeper.
My job, I am the outreach keeper, so I clean animals, feed them, train them, and take them to school so we can educate kids.
On a day-to-day basis, I usually do the giraffe chat, a reptile show, and animal encounters throughout the zoo.
I take care of the Eagle Canyon animals, so the mountain lion, bobcat, serval, all the way down to wolf, and I basically feed them, clean them, make sure they're healthy and happy and entertained.
Here at the Living Desert, I like to call myself an animal trainer / keeper. I work in the wildlife programs department where we spend a lot of time training the animals for our daily amphitheater show. We also give small presentations and I clean up after animals.
I do the wildlife rehab here, so if a member of the public brings in an injured or orphaned animal, it's my job to take care of it and hopefully get it to return back to the wild.
Well, being a part of wildlife programs, we care for those animals in terms of cleaning, we feed them, and then of course we have to train all of the animals to behave when we're doing our presentations for the guests that come to the park.
A 5-day full-time animal keeper, and I have a permanent string which I work with the pronghorn antelope, pronghorn, bighorn sheep, Arabian oryx, and African wild dog. I also train the camels and camels and giraffe.
My job duties at the Living Desert are to pick up lots and lots of animal poop, do presentations, perform in shows, and lots of customer service.
So at the Living Desert, I run and operate the animal rehabilitation program we have here. I also have holdings, so any geriatric animals, sick animals, animals whose exhibits are temporarily being fixed or anything like that. Anything that can't be on exhibit, I have and take care of, as well as animal rehab. My favorite subject in school was, of course, biology, but I also really enjoyed my environmental literature and conservation class.
Biology and math.
My favorite subject in school probably was the sciences. What a big surprise, I'm a zookeeper now. But yeah, anything science related I was all game for.
Science and biology.
Biology.
All my electives and PE.
My favorite subject in school was actually biology.
Mathematics.
Biological science.
When I was a kid, I actually wanted to be a biology teacher because it was my favorite subject. And I actually fell into zookeeping by doing an internship at my college. And I realized this is what I was meant to do.
Ever since I was a little kid, I actually wanted to be a zookeeper, so I'm in the right field for that.
I wanted to be an artist, but not just any kind of artist. An artist that painted pictures of people's pets for them.
My desired profession was to be a horse trainer, and so it's not too far away from that. I was then going to be a veterinarian, and then I'm a zookeeper now, so it all turned out, I guess, all right.
I either wanted to be a race car driver or a zookeeper.
I wanted to be a veterinarian or a teacher, and being a zookeeper I get to be the best of both worlds.
I wanted to be the person that got launched off of Shamu's nose. However, I've ended up here in the desert and I love it.
I either wanted to be a coroner or do something in a zoo to work with animals.
I'm really original. I wanted to be a veterinarian. Didn't end up happening, but maybe in a few years. So.
During my spare time, I go hiking and play soccer.
I like to do a lot of hiking, camping, and spend as much time as I can with my wife and my dog.
In my spare time, I'm taking care of my family and my pets, but I also love just hanging out with my friends, going shopping, and then I love going to Disneyland.
In my spare time, I chase after my 2 kids and yell at my husband a lot. And for fun, I like to shop, mostly internet shopping.
I like to travel and visit friends.
Try to hike, usually at nighttime. It's pretty hot in the desert, so night hikes, ice skating, just doing active stuff in the community. It's fun.
I'm very social, so I like to go out and meet people all the time. One of my favorite things is actually exploring new neighborhoods and restaurants. I always enjoy doing that. And I don't know, I'm open to whatever, so I'm pretty easy.
I have a lot of my own pets. It is my zoo away from the zoo. I have 2 Scottish fold cats.
I do have pets. I used to have goats, but now I only have 1 dog that adopted me at my last job.
I have 1 golden retriever.
I have 2 pets at home, and I have a little dog. His name is Buckwheat, which I love very much. And I have a 3-legged tortoise named Callaway.
1 bearded dragon.
I have 1 cat, and that is all I have time to take care of for, especially since I have to pick up after animals all day long.
6 tortoises.
Yes, I have 1 pet. It's a Chilean rose tarantula, and she's a girl.
I have 2 fish, and that's it, because I'm tired of picking up poop all day. I have a goldfish named Artemis and a angelfish named Brewster. And then I also have many plants. My ficus is a good animal there too.
And then I also have 1 rat.
I do have pets. I have 2 pets. I have 1 dog, and I have a pet snake that's a jungle carpet python.
And 1 blue macaque.
My favorite food, this is a hard one. It's a toss-up between Italian, which I am, and Mexican food.
Pasta. Fatty pasta.
Pizza and Mexican food.
Well, being a zookeeper, I'm not too picky, but I do love desserts.
Crab legs.
I like all kinds of food, so I really don't have a particular favorite. Although moving to the desert, I really do like Mexican food at the moment.
Pizza and ice cream.
I wish our guests knew that we all are very passionate people and well-educated people as animal keepers and trainers, and that we really have a lot of fun at work, and this is the best job ever. We enjoy coming to work every single day because our job is so rewarding.
One thing I wish our guests knew is just how much work is involved and how much dedication we apply to our jobs here, and we take it very seriously. A lot of people think that we're playing with our animals, but we're certainly not. We are doing a lot of training, we're doing a lot of research, we're doing a lot of just kind of general maintenance with these guys and just trying to get that exhibit as natural as can be and get those animals as stimulated as possible. So there's a lot of work involved.
How much they actually can affect wildlife around the world.
Sometimes I wish guests knew that the Living Desert actually has a wildlife rehabilitation program where we take in orphaned and injured wildlife and we rehab them and release them back into the wild. So if you ever see an orphaned or injured animal, you can bring them to us. But usually we recommend that you leave them be unless you really think they have a problem. And if they do, we do our best to help them. Like these kids here.
How funny my team are. We are all a bunch of jokesters. We like to tease each other, and then we also play pranks on each other too.
That we don't just come to work and snuggle animals. There's lots and lots of hard work that we do here and a lot of picking up poop.
I wish guests knew that zookeepers do in fact have a college degree, and that we are doing this because we love these animals very much and we want to share our passion with the world. The weirdest thing that's ever happened to me during my keeper career is whenever an animal poops on me. It happens quite a bit.
One of the strangest things I've had happen here is I was feeding the mountain lion and she spit and it went right back in my eye. It's a little meat juice cougar spit.
Yummy.
The weirdest thing that I've found out lately with the animals that I work with is like the giraffe love to stick their ears on things to clean out the earwax, and the handle on the hay feeder is covered in giraffe earwax, so look closely when you visit here at the Living Desert.
One of my most memorable moments had to do with an animal escape. It wasn't anything big, but it was a little Egyptian spiny mouse, about that big. We had her rolling around in a little hamster ball in our office area, and when I came back into the room, she was missing from that hamster ball. We eventually located her underneath the fridge, and so had to tip the fridge up. It was only me and one other girl that day. I found her under the fridge, and coming back up from underneath the dusty part of the fridge, I had a dead cockroach hanging out in my hair. And we laughed about that for quite a long time, and still do.
The weirdest, funniest, let's call it the scariest thing that's ever happened to me as a keeper was a very vicious prank that 2 of my coworkers played on me. One night we were doing this event for all of our volunteers here at the zoo, and we were walking back to our area, our wildlife programs area, and it was pitch dark, and 2 of my coworkers jumped out from behind the corner, screamed, and scared me to death. I've never been that scared in my whole entire life. I almost peed my pants.
The funniest thing that happened to me was on a hot day, I was performing in a show in front of hundreds of people, and I took a small break to take a sip from my water, and there was ants all over it, which I did not see because I was looking out at the audience. So I take a sip of water, and there were ants that bit all inside my tongue. So in front of hundreds of people, I spit my water out everywhere and make a screeching sound, and everybody started laughing.
Being interviewed about questions regarding being a keeper.